Hello, I'm Gibby for Lore Cattle Ranch, and in the late night hours of August 17th, 2024, the YouTube channel EWU Bodycam released footage they'd obtained of Chris's arrest. Police bodycam footage is considered public record, and depending on the jurisdiction, you can request access to it. Although if it's part of an ongoing investigation, or for various other reasons, again depending on the state, your request might be denied. EWU's Bodycams channel is, as its name suggests, centered around releasing and discussing police bodycam footage. As the description on their Chris Chan video, titled "Bodycam Footage Reveals the Arrest of Chris Chan," states, "We're a news agency committed to delivering factual information about police procedures and local news events. This video aims to educate the public without bias. Our goal is to empower viewers with a clear understanding of what's happening in their communities." Despite this, the video is edited in such a way to be entertaining to the viewers, including foreshadowing and enticing hints of things to come. With the Chris community being the Chris community, I expect unedited bodycam footage to be released at some point as soon as someone on the Kiwi farms decides that they too want to see the unedited bodycam footage. But for now, I'm grateful for EWU's efforts to obtain the footage and their job adding subtitles. I've linked their video in the description and will only be playing some of the footage. I'll also be intercutting it with Pod Awful and Ethan Ralph's footage of the event. I'll be commenting over the event itself, as well as some of the incorrect reporting. Although the footage makes it unclear, upon entering the room, the police officer appears to grab Chris's wrist and begin to detain him. The officers say,
"You're not gonna stop. You're not gonna do that."
Seemingly implying that Chris is trying to fight against their restraint. Later, Chris states he will comply with the arrest, and an officer says that Chris was not complying in the beginning.
Okay. Well, you didn't at first, but I'm glad you did.
The footage cuts to another cop's perspective as he threatens Chris with a taser. This again implies Chris appeared to be fighting back.
Do not fight, you will get tased.
Chris has stated before that he believes he is immune to tasers due to his electric power.
Can CWC, tase himself on video for lols?
Well,
I'll
we're gonna
do
leave.
it.
What?
I'd volunteer.
What? What?
I'd take myself. In serious and in joke,
Look,
I would.
I really gotta go before we make any rash decisions that involve CWC being zapped.
But I mean, this body is part of electricity, literally. So I could take it.
Do not fight, you will get tased.
Chris states he'll comply if he can get his things.
Okay, well, listen, I will comply, but I'd like to clear up I'd like to come back with my things.
Which he also stated during his hearing. Chandler interrupted the proceedings, loudly saying, "I'm famous on the internet," before Helberg told her not to speak until spoken to by the court. Chandler was sworn in to summarize a plan she had for bond, but didn't appear to address that, and instead asked the court to allow her to go pick up personal possessions, and said she would be, quote, "willing to proceed with everything if I can get that done." Helberg told the court he would be asking for evaluations of Chandler, who interrupted by stomping her feet and saying loudly that she needed, quote, "to get everything back home." She then said loudly, "I won't feel safe proceeding until she gets the items back."
I'd like to clear up I'd like to come back with my things.
We'll get that all straight. Yeah, we'll get it all straight.
Chris does his signature sigh, seemingly resigned to his fate, and disappointedly addresses his various fictional spouses, as if in apology for this disturbance.
Magichan, Chris L. Savannah.
Chris is handcuffed. Through the poor quality of the officer's cam and the YouTuber channel's watermark, it's hard to tell exactly what's in Chris's room. We know he spent a lot of money during his time at the motel at the local mall. On the table appears to be various health products and water, but none of the joked-about video games or toys that people speculated Chris bought to make the motel room seem more like home. Although we can see a deck of tarot cards, markers, paintbrushes, and bags. His yellow sauna shoes are easily visible on the floor, although the officer asks where they are.
Okay. Where are your shoes? Right here?
Right over there.
A pink My Little Pony plush is visible on Chris's bed in a different shot, along with potentially a Nintendo Switch, notable by the blue color of the Joy-Con. An officer then asks a routine question, asking if anyone else might be in the room.
Is there anyone else in the room with you?
This is, of course, so they don't get startled if there's a friend or drug dealer or prostitute in the bathroom or hiding under the bed or something. Chris obviously doesn't understand that this question is serious and could put the cops on edge, and says exactly what you would expect him to say.
Is there anybody else in the room?
Spirit, well, interdimensionally, you can't tangibly see them.
A physical person. Is there a physical person in the room with you?
Originating from this universe, no.
Okay.
The cops have not referred to Chris as male up to this point on camera, but Chris finds it important to tell the officers that he is female.
I identify as female, and I would appreciate if I was respected as such.
His reason for this is seemingly that he thinks he will be treated with more respect if he's a woman, which either points to him still not understanding the severity of being arrested, which is weird because he's been arrested before, or just shows his further delusions about how gender works, as he assumes that being a woman will give him privileges while being arrested. The cops then notice that a crowd has gathered for Ethan Ralph's killstream across the parking lot. Ethan had interacted with one of the cops at the mall earlier in the day. One of the cops asks Chris if he's waiting for friends, and Chris hauntingly begins to say that he has no one else.
I have nobody else.
This is mere days after Chris was abandoned by Noel, and at this point he was only in contact with Wildcat, a former watchman who had betrayed that group and had become the sole contact for Chris. The officers speculate that the crowd is undercover police officers from a different area, noting Ethan's car appears to be a rental, and they're still apprehensive about this group watching the events unfold.
Very military style hook. I wonder if it's Greene County.
Baby blue Yaris.
Maybe it's a rental.
Hey, that would be something Greene County.
I mean, I know there's a lot of agencies that use rentals for surveillance.
Chris tells the officers that his van is the one with the Sonichu license plate, and the narrator incorrectly explains who Sonichu is, apparently thinking that Magichan Sonichu and Sonichu Prime are the same character.
In case it wasn't obvious, is the blue Dodge Caravan out there.
Yeah.
Its license plate says Sonichu on it.
Magichan Sonichu, a blend of the characters Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog, is a character from Chris's hand-drawn graphic novel series. Sonichu may be more than just a drawing, however, as you'll soon hear from Chris how this character blurs the line between fiction and reality.
Chris then farts.
Pardon my flatulence.
So you want to take your necklaces off and stuff like that, or?
You're going to take them off when you get...
Yeah, you got to take them off when you get to the jail.
This next part is interesting from a legal standpoint. America has very strong freedom of religion laws, and apparently being arrested does allow you to keep
Crosses for, like, religion.
Chris is very vocal about his religion, and there is an unending amount of documentation of his beliefs.
The Sonichu-shaped medallion, the big yellow thing at the bottom there,
And he's not wrong when he says,
that is my cross.
so when a cop says,
Okay, I don't know if they'll allow that one.
it's possible that he's actually infringing on Chris's rights. Obviously, that would be up to the jail and not to this cop, but I actually don't know if there is a limit to what can be considered a religious item. But Chris does believe his Sonichu medallion is the equivalent of a cross necklace for his religion.
Yeah.
It protects me greatly, so I really, really need the medallion. That is my cross.
Okay.
Let that go on the record. The Sonichu medallion.
Yeah, Officer Christian will tell him.
Chris starts telling the officers that Magichan is angry at them, and asks if they can feel themselves being punched through the iron curtain that separates our realities.
By the way, if any of y'all has been feeling a punch-like sensation on your leg, that is my husband, Magichan Sonichu, right on the opposite side of the universe field. He's punching you all each, just a gentle punch, but you know he is here.
The officers can't and are likely confused.
Did you feel it? He punched you first.
Yeah, so I didn't, but, you know.
So Chris tells Magichan to...
Punch him on, hubby.
Again, this is likely Chris using his delusions to avoid thinking about the situation he's in, almost like he's disassociating. But out of context, he is telling someone the cops can't see to punch a cop. He clearly doesn't understand the seriousness of saying this.
Alright, let's head on out.
You
ready?
Alright,
You good?
we're going to go.
Okay.
Let's hold on out.
We've seen this footage from Ethan's perspective, but now we can actually hear the cops talking about how funny the situation is.
You don't know any of these people?
I do not know those people, and I...
Okay.
Yeah, those are trolls. They're following me from the internet. Do not report this. Christian, what's up? See?
Don't.
Followers.
Kill stream, baby! When you get out, let's do the kill stream! Look me up!
Once the charges dropped, tell about Joshua Connor Moon.
Tell them all about Josh Moon, that's who they want!
Give it up, Christian! Give them up, save yourself, baby!
Oh my God, what is this?
Look up Ethan Ralph, Killstream. I live here in Richmond, buddy.
Go to church.
No, come to the Killstream first. Yeah! What kind of shit is this?
What is
Holy shit!
happening right now?
Oh my God! Thank you.
This is going to be trending on the internet. They're going to post this online.
Oh shit! Oh! You better hurry, Jesse. You're missing out.
Hey, thank y'all for y'all service, for real.
Appreciate it. I wasn't convinced that those were like internet fans, but that confirms it.
There you go. I mean, Google Chris Chan or Sonichu, and there you go. I've been infamous and famous.
Oh, look at that. Coming out of the woodwork.
Hey, officers. How's it going?
Good, I just saw you.
Yeah, that's right. That's you. Oh my God.
Where'd you see that?
I told you.
Regency.
I'm going.
the mall?
I'm complying. I am complying. I am good like this.
Yeah, you appear to be
I am
compliant.
Chris Chan Sonichu, your goddess blue heart, and I continue to stand strong, and I maintain everything with Quickfill and my Sonichus and Rose shoes and everybody.
Yeah, you're live to about 3,000 people right now, Christian. Well, don't. You're taking
not
everything in
talking
stride.
about
Said you're doing good.
Yeah, I keep in good faith. Everything is going to work out.
Doing good, feeling good.
Let's not talk
Well,
about
The cops suggest that Chris not talk to Ethan and the other people gathered, probably because they're already concerned about the growing crowd. But of course, they can't prevent Chris from speaking if he wants to. And speak he does.
How's the last few days been? I know it's been pretty stressful.
it's been stressful, but I've taken it one moment at a time, and I got my loves.
Chris asks an officer to frisk him, but the officer maintains that he's only searching Chris.
Go ahead, frisk me.
I'm searching you, not frisking you.
We've heard the end of this interaction before on Ethan's footage, where Chris makes a joke about it feeling good.
I felt good.
But now we can hear that Chris is actually asking the officer to touch him.
Well, it's offering you the option there.
What the heck is going on right now?
Like I said, frisk me. There you go.
In the Ethan footage, we hear Chris begin to explain the dimensional merge to the officers and mention Batman. But now we can hear the full clip.
It's happening right now, isn't it?
Right now, it is.
We're living it. The
It's
best
happening
first, baby.
right now.
If Batman is your hero,
Farewell, Christian.
meet him very soon.
I bet you're never working overtime for us again.
Well, there
certainly
goes
not.
Chris Chan into the Henrico County deputy's car here.
Chris's rambling about Sonichu on the drive to jail is incredibly funny and not at all surprising.
You may recognize or know my comic books I have drawn over the years. I am literally a goddess, and that will be proven in the near days to come as we are on the completion of the dimension merge. And thus we were separated, transported into from what was originally called Universe 1C211987, and of course especially Sonichus and Rosechus and all of the other Pokemon known and yet to be known in all of existence.
So you're saying Pokemon's are going to come back to this, where we're at right now?
Yes. Who is your favorite superhero?
I'd probably go with Spider-Man.
He's going to come around. You're going to meet him.
All right, I can't wait.
So I am married interdimensionally with my husband, Magichan Sonichu. I am also polygamously married to Griselle Roshu and Sylvana Roshu and the one and only Mewtwo.
I can't imagine how incomprehensible this is to the cop and to the people who watch this channel regularly, who don't know who Chris is. It probably sounds like insane rambling, but no, Chris is well documented on these beliefs and has laid out them quite coherently. And that is the bodycam footage released by EWU, or EWU. Besides being funny and finally answering what Chris said about Batman, this did actually give us insight into Chris during the arrest saga. We finally see the inside of his motel room, and based on the officer's words, we can assume he originally tried to resist being detained, and didn't understand the seriousness of being arrested. I'm glad this finally came out, and I assume that more footage will be released in the future. This channel may have cut lines that are of importance to Christorians, but went over their heads. And likely in the future, the uncut footage will be revealed, and will show further things that Chris said. Thank you for watching, please be nice to each other in the comments, consider supporting the creators you most admire, and never lose sight of the things that are important to you.